So you want to do email outreach to build links. Great, me too. But you're kind of on the fence. You want to model someone that's actually doing it right now and getting results to the tune of millions of visits to their website every single year, if not month. I'm not sure, I haven't seen their data. In this case, I'm talking about HubSpot. So let's take a look at an actual email that they sent me asking for a link and more. Hi, Matt here, the founder of AutoGrow.co, and welcome to another episode of Matt Hacks, where I give you actionable tips to make you more marketing awesome, take your funnel to the next level, and otherwise accelerate your creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. Today, we're going to look at an example from HubSpot where they're doing email outreach to build links for their website. So let me go ahead and share the screen and let's jump into it. So I want to go over three things in particular that make this email unique and effective. But first, let's give it a quick read over. So the subject line, you'll notice, is two things: short, sweet, and makes me open it because I want to know, well, what are the two things? No doubt that they have A/B tested the hell out of that. Or perhaps they're A/B testing it right now, even still. It's from Alex Burkett. And he says, "Hi, Matt. My name is Alex, and I work on growth at HubSpot." Okay. I wanted to reach out and see how we could get our free HubSpot pop-ups tool mentioned on your post here. So it's clear what he wants at this point. Very to the point. Almost caught me off guard. I'll explain why in a second. Any chance we can get added, preferably on this post, but if not, on a future one? Okay, so he's kind of keeping all options open. He, not necessarily, I could say yes or no to this one thing, but what about other future posts? So he's keeping it open. Second, we'll be putting together some big content pieces on list building and lead gen in the next few weeks. Would you be interested in giving quotes for future pieces? Happy to link back to your website. Cheers, Alex. All right, so now let's get into the three things that I observed about this. So the first thing that I want to point out is the structure, namely that it's short. In total, it is 5 sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right to the point. All right. So it's short, sweet, and it makes a clear ask right off the bat. He doesn't beat around the bush. He says, listen, could you mention us here? And obviously, he wants not just a mention, but a link. And it's understood that that's what he's asking for. But he gets right to the point, right from the second sentence. And not only that, but I've been receiving probably between 2 to 3 emails at least, maybe actually 10 per week, up to 10 per week, where people are saying, and I just delete them at this point in most cases, like, oh my God, like I'm such a huge fan of your blog. I read this post over here and it just knocked my socks off. Like, wow. Um, can I do guest blogging for you? And maybe they'll even include some titles. Or maybe they'll ask for a link. Be like, oh yeah, like could you? It's so funny. Like, what a coincidence! I just wrote a blog post that's really similar over here. Like, maybe you want to link to it. And the answer is no. I don't want your guest blog post because it's clear right from the titles that they pitch that they haven't even looked at the website or the blog. In the case of the link ask, it's like no, because I know that you're lying. You're not like a loyal email subscriber or anything because I can easily look it up. And because it's like your email is so templated, I get 5 other just like it every single week, if not day. And third, it's like why lie? Like why say you love something so much when you clearly didn't? If you loved it so much, why didn't you leave a comment or share it or something along those lines? So this clearly came from a person. It's possible that it was sent in some sort of blanket request, uh, but I'm pretty confident that if I replied to this, Alex would reply back. because it's from his personal email address. So that's another thing working in his factors. So it's honest and it's to the point, and that's part of what is appealing about it. The second thing is that there's link tracking. I noticed it, and I actually think, for me at least, this works. This does not work in its favor. So from Alex's perspective, when I click these links, let me actually move the video down here. When I click these links, the link is being tracked, and I can tell that because I'm familiar with how link tracking works. If I hover over it, it comes up with a very particular URL that I recognize. It says Sidekick, which is a tool that some people use. It's actually made by HubSpot to track opens and clicks on personal kind of one-to-one email communications. And that works not in its favor from my point of view, because I'm less likely to want to click through if I recognize it, which I do in this case, because, oh, I don't want Alex to know that, because maybe I don't want another follow-up email, without my permission. So it's just kind of, it feels like a little bit of an invasion of privacy, and it makes me less likely to engage with it. But for Alex, maybe in the aggregate, maybe it works better. I don't think it does, in my opinion, because I think that people are more sophisticated at this point, and they are increasingly recognizing, like I am, that this is a tracked link, and it makes me less likely to engage because of it. Instead, if I were Alex, I would actually focus on, replies, rather than, following up if I see that someone clicked but didn't actually reply. So that brings us to the third item, which is the way that this is structured. It's a very win-win offer, and that's the other aspect that makes it really unique. See, he's not just asking for a link, he's actually offering one as well. And he's saying, we would like to include you, to feature you as an authority in our upcoming resources that we're going to be publishing. And he makes it very clear, we're happy to link back to your site. So it's win-win. And there you have it. That is the example, and those are the things that make it unique and why it works in this example from HubSpot and how they do outreach for link building. And again, this is a publicly traded company at this point. They're getting millions of people coming to their website every single year, if not month. I haven't looked up their latest stats on the monthly recently. But it's an example worth considering and even modeling if you're going to be doing outreach yourself for links in the future. All right? So next week, on Monday, we're starting a new round of Matt Hacks. And the videos are going to be focused on email list building, because every single week we target a different level of your funnel. We start with traffic, we go to email list building, then to sales, and then to upsells, downsells, cross-sells, and otherwise, how do you maximize your customer, the value of your customer relationships once you have someone who has actually purchased from you. All right? And then we start back at the top of the funnel again and we go through it. And each week I'm sharing with you the journey, because that's the process that we use. We call it the Auto Growth Funnel Framework. And you can follow along because it gives you one part of your funnel that you can focus on each week. It really works for us. We're sharing the journey. We're sharing all of our numbers with you as we go ahead and do it. So on that note, I do hope you'll join in and make sure to subscribe. Like this video if you got value from it. Share it with anyone who will find it useful. And subscribe on YouTube by clicking the red button directly below this video right here. And there's a link in the description as well to make sure you can get on our email list and never miss an episode of Matt Hacks. We come out with them 4 days per week, and Tuesdays we come out with an in-depth article. All right, so until next time, my name is Matt Hack in the Matt Hat, delivering you your daily dose of Matt Hacks. I'll talk to you soon.